Welcome back to the JimBob Sports Jamboree presented by TWS Remodeling. If you've got anything you need done around the house, Tyler and his guys and gals can get it done, from new kitchens to new bathrooms to siding to window. And even though the weather's turning a bit salty, doesn't matter. They'll get it done and they will get your house ready for the upcoming chilly season. Jim Rich here along with the superstar.
That's right.
Mike Morris.
That's right.
Yes. And Hunter is at the controls here.
How about that?
Here we are. How's it going, guys?
God, listen to that voice.
You want to shut your mouth from now on.
Exactly.
Quit showing off.
Muting the mic
he
right
shows
now.
off those vocal cords. We're not happy to hear that at all.
You could be like a country western singer like Johnny Cash with that voice.
Yeah, check me out at the nearest honky tonk.
Shut up. Make me sick. People who just light up like that, just a voice.
Yeah.
They pay a guy down in Florida, they used to, like $500 for a 15-second spot. And give him a stack of them, and you read them on a houseboat down in Florida. And he just, magic voice and just like spit them out and make
it's not fair.
10 grand. Every day they would send them from all over the country down to him, I was told, by an executive at the old place at iHeart.
Yeah.
This guy sits on a boat down in Florida and just spits them out.
Yeah. Well,
And
Tommy Bernard has done that for years.
Same thing.
Yeah, he's done that for years.
Heinz ketchup, the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't get any ideas.
Yeah.
You just sit over there and stay quiet.
And turn your mic off.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. The Tush push. The Vikings came up with a way
It's brilliant.
to defend the Tush push. If there was anyone that spent nights wide awake staring at the ceiling trying to figure out a way to negate this seemingly impossible play to stop, it would be Brian Flores.
Of course, yeah.
And he elected to have a player, Tyler Batty, lay on the ground. Lay down in the middle of a football
I don't know if he
game.
was like up in a stance
he was
really
up a
low,
little
but
bit,
still, he may as well have been on the ground.
It was on his side. He was basically
Two
put
things
his
about that.
back to the play.
I got two things on this. One, first thought, pretty brilliant to think of how to create a log jam before the thing gets started. Two, do you have to volunteer for that job? I mean, is it a show of hands that I'll do it, coach, I'll do it? In other words, you're going to put yourself laid out like that, and they're going to tag your rib cage and everything else as they try and plow you out of there, right? I mean, that would be just asking for it. Laying that way and letting those helmets and everything else and those linemen try and, scoop you up off the carpet and get you dragging with the whole mess, right? The tush push.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who? This kid, is he the bravest guy on the team? Must be. I hadn't even heard of him.
Well, he's an outside linebacker, and guess what? He's a rookie.
See, I mean, let's put some new meat out there and just let him get tenderized. Good Lord. I mean, that looks like, I'm just saying it looks very vulnerable. Maybe it isn't that big a deal. I don't know. It looks like it is. I played field goal. That's what it kind of ended up being for us on field goal when they used to be able to rush me and everything. It was a pile in the middle, like you wouldn't believe. I mean, literally, the guards, they call it snow scooping, helping me wedge down because I'm just snapping the ball, so I'm unprotected. I'm,
and your arms are behind you.
And behind me, following through with the snap.
Right.
So they're snow scooping down in and wedging down. It really is a tush push, believe it or not. And, I mean, some of the biggest guys on the teams that we played against would put two or three of their biggest guys in the middle, and then it became literally a tush push. I guarantee you it was. So I feel like I know what that kid's going through by taking those shots.
Could you... So, if you're going to let him know this, would you let the rest of the defense know that what we're doing before he gets out there for practice? And then he comes walking on the field, they go,
"Yep,
hey, we got a play for you.
You're playing Sunday.
How'd you like to...
Come here. Here's what we want
need you to lay down right here.
We're going to draw the play up for you. This is what it's going to look like. the formation will look like this. And you just draw the X's and the O's, and then you put one plank out in the middle of the center, right over the top of the center. And that's you. That is you. That's a position that we just created for you. It's called the log jam. Yeah, coach, I'll do it. Yeah. To be part of the activated roster on Sunday and get a full paycheck? Yeah. Why not? Why not? Because that's pretty decent pay.
But the whole idea, can you explain the theory? When I look at it, it's right. When we've watched the Eagles have success with this, it's they always get their pads lower than the defense and burrow underneath, and so they shoot across that way.
Yeah.
But because they know the snap, they get that half second, millisecond where they could burrow down. But by laying a body there, they can't go underneath him. They have to go over him. And then the defense, you can stack two guys right on top of Batty. So now all of a sudden you do. It's like when you're a kid, you're building your fort.
It's in theory, I think you're right. I think what they want to try to do is lay that kid down as quickly as he can. I think he's in a 4-point stance, technically speaking, and then I think he just drops to his stomach, it looks like. And they either have to choose if they're going to jump over and try and get into the legs of the next layer that they're trying to push, or are they going to scrape him? I thought that I saw them scraping him along the turf like a snow scoop grader, trying to push him into the pile of the bodies they were going to move, and that is now this log jam that you can't really get started very well. So the momentum isn't really there like it is when you go the regular tush push. You said, pads underneath, that's absolutely it. I mean, it's pads underneath, everyone coming off the ball at the same time and getting that 1 millisecond start where they know it's the snap count and the defense doesn't, and that's the key. Starting together, coming off the ball together, 7-man sled, same thing. It's the same thing, coming off low and coming off at the same time and trying to time one big push at the same time. Well, that kid's body in the way throws a lot of that off.
Oh, plus when they're walking up to the line of the scrimmage and they go, what the heck is this guy doing?
What's this garbage? Tell this kid to line up somewhere. Oh, no, that's our tush push defense.
I mean, they had to go research this and talk to the league to see if this was a legal formation.
Right. And I got to think, it would be because you have that offset nose. You remember the nose, how you could offset the side of the center? And just like slant right into the gap. You could point yourself right into the gap. Back in the day when they had that 3-4 defense, all the really big nose guards were like, putting it right on it was called a cocked nose. And that was never over the top of the center, but right to the side. It made it impossible almost to get that guy dug out of there. So this really is not really that much different. It's just more sideways and really low and laying down in front of like maybe 2 guys, at least a center and a guard, if not 3. He may have messed up like 3 different people by doing that. And the way they take steps and the way they come down on that play.
Well, they ended up taking a false start the second time they tried to do it in that game. So, I don't know. To me, this isn't football. I
hate your guts. I hate you saying that. I hate everything about you right now. Go ahead.
Well,
go ahead. But I'm going to have
It doesn't seem to be in the spirit of the game. It's rugby. It's putting the ball on the ground and then everybody just kind of move the pile back and forth.
And it is. You're right.
So it just doesn't seem like it's...
Name any other part of the game that you've been watching all these years that wasn't innovative and new, and it was up to you to stop it, or they were going to run it right down your throat. Or, I mean, even the old Packers sweep at one point was like a new thing, and they had to learn, a way to defend it, obviously. But even like all the way back to Sammy Baugh, the jump pass. Over the line of scrimmage, he's going to go with a forward pass. That was brand new. To be able to pass a ball forward and not run the ball or sweep the ball, whatever they were going to do, power.
Right.
It became a pass. The passing game was born. This is the next thing. To me, it becomes the next thing. And you see Flores going, well, okay, they're going to allow it. So we have to try to defend it. And I think you have to be able to stop it. That's part of the NFL. I mean, we have 11 bodies we can line up legally in the place that we're supposed to be. And so far, no one's been able to stop us from doing that. That, to me, is the challenge. That, to me, is like, we'll figure this out. We're going to blow it up. We'll blow that thing up, and we'll send people over the top somehow. We'll dive down. Whatever they're doing right now, it isn't working. That's for sure.
Right.
And that's what makes it really interesting to me. Because it's dominant. It's a dominant play.
It's so boring to watch. It's
It's
so boring.
It is.
It's like, oh,
Yeah,
I
but
was
it's
excited. Let's
effective.
just watch it. Just everybody collide in the middle and just lay there.
But the old black and blue division, it was always 3 yards in a cloud of dust, right? I mean, always. Right?
Oh,
So
Chuck
that-
would go over the top at
Well, yeah.
least so you can see him.
Yeah.
This you don't even see anybody.
I think it's very much personnel also. I don't think the other teams, you'd say, well, if you're going to allow a tush push, then why don't the rest of the teams do this? Because they don't have the offensive linemen and those ogres that live up front for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, they're like these giant, mean people. And then you have a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds in high school behind it. You don't have those kinds of linemen everywhere. We've tried to do that this year with our big.
Remember when the Vikings tried to do it?
Yeah.
And
See how that worked?
Cousins.
See how that worked?
And who did they have? They had like the smallest running back there trying to be the pusher.
Yeah. Not going to work. I mean, you got to have a quarterback that's capable of doing that. It's bully ball, but the quarterback has to be one of the bullies. And so it's a dominant play, I think, because, okay, so look at Buddy Ryan's 46 defense. If you want to run the 46, go ahead. Try all day long. But you better have 4 linebackers that can line up like that in a 46 and bring it like that. I'm talking about Otis Wilson and not Leonard Marshall, but Wilbur Marshall. Mike Singletary, and the fourth linebacker I never remember. But it doesn't matter. They had 4 guys that could play it. Not to mention Fridge, Hampton, Mongo McMichaels, Richard Dent. It comes down to personnel, too. And I'm telling you, Philadelphia's got that. They've got the monsters up front, a really powerful quarterback, and probably Saquon Barkley pushing him. I don't know. I could never really pay attention to who's pushing him. But someone's behind the quarterback pushing him too. And it's rugby. A rugby guy came and taught them that play. Someone wanted them to come in and show them how they did that. On the Philadelphia staff, someone went and found one of these guys that knew how to coach it. And I saw a documentary on that when he came in and taught them how to do that. It's a scrum.
Wow.
It's technically a scrum down. In rugby, that's what it's called.
Yeah, well, it's rugby, exactly. All right, Hunter, here we go. We're going give me a little
here we go.
taste of the video.
Hello.
Look at that. Good thing he doesn't have a face to go
Yeah,
with
it's
the
a
voice.
good thing. I mean, you definitely only have a voice for it.
Yeah, I'll accept that. It's
All
better
right,
than not
break
having
the
anything.
tie. Break the tie. I vote abolish the tush push. Mike wants to cuddle up to the tush push.
Innovation, transcending.
I'm going to break the tie in favor of Mike. I think they keep it going. I
We're
don't
turning
think
this back. So, thank you.
Here's my
we're
thought.
going to break now. It's enough. Thank you.
Quick thought. I don't think the Eagles should be punished for running it better than anyone else. To Mike's point, they were innovative. They brought in the rugby personnel to get this thing done. I don't think they should necessarily be punished for doing this. They do it better than anyone else, and it's yielded results.
And
So
why don't other people try and run it? Because they know damn good and well they can't run it like that. They can't figure out a way to push it like that. And it's because they're not capable. They're not, they're probably willing to, but no one can do it like that. And I think a lot of these guys have studied Philadelphia and saying, we don't have that kind of personnel. We can't do that. We don't have a snowplow. And to come off the ball exactly at the same time, trust me, is a work of art. It's
All right. What about all the supposed false starts that they get away with? And they keep showing that.
if you can't hold your water and you can't hold because you're trying to get the jump. The jump is the
I'm
key.
not talking about the defense. I'm talking people are accusing the Eagles of cheating, that they're going and then the officials aren't flagging it.
I hadn't heard about that.
Oh,
I mean,
all right.
honestly,
Well,
you're
it
saying
was
they're
1
getting a
week
jump?
they were-
They're
yeah.
getting a jump, and they're actually jumping off sides, and they're not.
Right.
It is close. I mean, if you look at the movement of the ball, I mean, you'd have to look at it, I think, in slow motion to see how close it really is to the movement of the ball and them coming off. because they've got to get off and have the advantage there. Otherwise, it's like 350 pushing 350. It's a stalemate. But if you can get off first and you can dive low and start walking out on your hands and bringing your feet along behind you, that's how it works for them.
All right.
They get low enough to do it.
All right, that's great. Just great.
He just ruined his day.
You did.
What a baby. I mean, Paul Brown had the innovative offenses. Then it went to Bill Walsh.
Why did the league always say no to Bud Grant? All of his trick plays. When you have to go to the huddle and report. Remember, Bud would have 10 guys on the field, and then one guy, they'd all stand on the sidelines. They'd all be looking the same, all with their helmets on. And then one guy would step on the field.
I remember that.
And the Vikings would snap the ball, and then they'd throw it to the sideline, and nobody was covering that guy. And he went down and picked up 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Now they had to have a rules committee about that.
No.
So then Bud went with, remember, so then after that, they did that to Bud. So he flooded the field with personnel. Remember that? After they changed the rule. Yeah. So then he said 25, 30 guys out in the huddle, and then they would all line up.
I never saw that one. They
would all line up.
Oh, God, that's funny.
And then they would just run away. And so you're lined up against the receiver, and he runs off the field.
That's a funny
And he gets down to 11, they snap the ball. That's pretty good. That was illegal. Because then you had 12 men in a huddle, and it cost the Vikings a trip to the Super Bowl because of the Saints. Because they had 12 men in the huddle.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And whose fault was that?
Changing rules.
That's true.
Changing rules.
I mean,
all right.
Here's the thing on that now. I mean, there's some trickery, some skullduggery, some tomfoolery going on there.
Bud used to throw guys in the air to block kicks.
Oh, absolutely.
Or you could step on your teammate
you could step on your teammate and ramp it up. Yeah.
Come on.
Those are trick plays. They are deception. They're like, here's the thing about the tush push that differs completely from what you're talking about.
Oh, of course.
It's 11 people lined up in front of you. You see what you're getting. You know how to get in a stance and go against that. It's there in front. There's no trick. There's no deception. It's coming straight at you. We're telling you it's coming.
What happened to the rule where you couldn't aid a runner? Remember?
I remember that. That's true.
And now that's funny.
And
funny.
It's
gone away. Funny.
Downfield. It is kind of funny.
No, it's not.
You go downfield. You find this guy, your guy. He's got the ball, and he's still up. Do you just stand there and let other people take pot shots at him, or do you run in there, stand him back up, and start pushing? Someone got onto that one, too. I think it was the Chiefs. And they started putting 5, 6, 7, 8 yards after a catch or a run because those linemen were going down there before he was on the ground, pushing him another 4 or 5 yards, which was.
I like that.
See,
let's go
there. But see, that's just an extension.
They took that out.
That's an extension of the tush push.
Oh, yeah, but
it is.
You actually have to throw the ball to get it. Instead of just sit there and crawl over the ball.
That's an extension of the running game.
All right, we're taking a break. The JimBob Sports Jamboree presented by TWS Remodeling.
Isn't doing my job.
Convenient how the clock just ran out. Isn't that funny? This segment just ended like that.
Deflection. He's deflecting this.
Isn't that funny?
Hunter, use your voice. Just laugh at him a little bit.
Yeah, we got you. That's a 2-1. Sorry, Jim.
Wow. Well, I'm still going to tell you about Michael Lynn's tennis shop.
Okay.
Miracle Mile, St. Louis Park, paddleball, tennis, everything you need. There is not another store like this for 5 states. There may not be another one like this in the country because you walk in there and you're like, wow. You go into these other sporting goods stores, they'd have like 3 rackets on the wall and some pimply-paced kid going like, here's our tennis.
Isn't it a good one?
No, these are real tennis players showing you the latest equipment, and you get to try it out for free. You could go play, bring it back. They've got tons of paddles. They also help out in the community, donating used equipment to schools, to community centers, to help grow the sport. Michael Lynn, Tennis and Pickleball Shop, Miracle Mile, St. Louis Park. They get you set to play. And even though it's winter, indoor courts all over the place, pickleball year-round now.
Yeah.
And you had your hand up.
I did. I have a lady that I train earlier in the mornings on Wednesdays, who's a pickleball player. She took it up in her later years and loves it, and has now told me that she stopped off to grab a new paddle from Mike Lynn's. And she said how great it was, and she was able to actually rent or lease out paddles, like 3 or 4 of them to try out, the way you mentioned.
Yep.
And she brought back, you have like a 2 or 3 day window, I guess, to use it and see which one you like, and then you can bring them back, and those go to the donation, whatever the case. And then she bought a paddle, and so Karen was telling me about that earlier today, in fact. So I thought I'd better bring that up, with the sponsorship.
Yeah, it just shows you how unique this store is, like no other experience you'll find. It is Michael Lynn's Tennis and Pickleball Shop, Miracle Mile, St. Louis Park. Their website is out there as well. Just Google Michael Lynn's Tennis Shop and it'll pop right up. And speaking of popping right up, we've got a commercial. We'll be back with more of the JimBob Sports Jamboree. Welcome back to the JimBob Sports Jamboree, presented by TWS Remodeling. These guys can get any project done. Go to their website, and they will explain exactly how they can get it done. You could call them. Basically, you got something around the house that's bugging you, or you know what? It's a little chilly in the house. Those windows just aren't holding up. They could be swapped out before the snow flies, and you just have TWS Remodeling to take care of it. One call, and you are done. Jim Rich here, along with the superstar Mike Morris and the smart aleck Hunter Ellis.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, see,
Hello. I've got
so
a boy.
much smarter than the rest of you.
Someone should have paid me for saying hello.
Yeah, that's right.
Jackass.
All right.
I hope you're happy.
I'm pretty happy. I mean, I'd be happier if we had a stable quarterback situation. I don't know about you guys.
That's a good point. Very good segue.
All right, we're now entering a moment of the season where the Vikings can finally catch their breath. They had the 2 weeks overseas, then you had to come back and play right away, then you had a Thursday night game, so you're like, oh my God. Well, here's finally a window. And it's been over 6 weeks now, because the high ankle sprain takes 6 weeks. We have found out by the Vikings medical staff. So if J.J. McCarthy does not start against the Detroit Lions in a week from now, what does that tell you, Mr. Morris?
I read into it one way. Only if it gets to that point, I could actually start by saying that seeing him in shoulder pads on the sidelines recently tells me he's capable of going into a game. You can't just dress people.
They've used him as the emergency quarterback the last couple of weeks.
They're saying when they dress you, you're in if someone goes down. So I know it's not all smoke and mirrors. I mean, he has to be out there. And there's a reason for him not playing in front of Carson Wentz. Has to be. And so it's experience. I think it is now. But 2 weeks down the road, let's say they give him some more time on that ankle and he takes a few more snaps in practice for the next week or so. And it's Detroit. What a test that is, too, by the way.
Exactly.
Not just.
There's no soft landing for this youngster.
There's no soft landing. So you may as well just, if you're going to use this kid, if you're going to really stand by him and say he is what you think he is, which is basically a franchise quarterback, is what they're saying, is that you have to put him out there. I think you have to put him out there because you got to cut your teeth. There's no easy window to get into this league as a starting quarterback. You live and learn on the run. Carson has done well. He's done well, but it could be better. No question about it. I mean, the turnovers are not good. Some of the things that he sees downfield that he throws to, and it ends up in the wrong hands, is something that he's been known for a long time. And apparently, he can't get that under control still, but he's still doing an admirable job. I think he's definitely taken some hits and had some issues with protection up front. But JJ's the kid they hang their hat on. So if you're going to use every excuse in the book, high ankle sprains, everything else, you have a lot to justify when you let go of the kinds of quarterbacks you've let go of already to keep this kid by himself and then last second go out and pick up Carson Wentz. You have literally put everything you've got on this kid. That's what you're saying. So if he's not playing by Detroit, then there's some explaining to do. And there's some pride that needs to be swallowed by the coaching staff, namely the head coach, for putting so much on this guy and not having it deliver the way he thought it was going to. So you can quarterback whisper as much as you want, but you got to put the thing out on the field that you're talking about. For me,
Right.
I think you got to put a product out there and let him get cut for next season, right?
But here's the question though. Does that mean you're throwing in the towel on this season? Say in the meetings, whatever, they go, God, Carson really gives us the best chance to win right now, just because how tough he is, how he takes the beating, and the offense he and Justin Jefferson and Addison have developed some sort of rapport. They've been together, and Jefferson has come out and said, yes, he feels more comfortable with Carson back there. So if you put him in Detroit and it doesn't go well, do you go back to Wentz, or do you say, you know what, we're taking our medicine now and goodbye 2025?
That's what it would be. Unless you truly believe that he's the kid that can turn everything around from what has kind of really just been so-so, with Carson doing the best that he possibly can to try to muster up a win from time to time with an offensive line that's been battered again.
Right.
But if you're going to put the kid in, it can only be for one reason with me, is that you think he's still the best chance to win. And that's why we're putting him in finally, because his ankle is back. He's back, and this is our best chance to win. We're not going to tear up the 2025 schedule yet. We're going to count on him to come back and find a way to gain some momentum and find a way into the playoffs. That's when if they put him in, that's what I expect as a former player and fan, is that JJ is supposed to be the leader to the promised land. That's the way I see it.
All right, Hunter, what do you think? You'll be the voice of the fan filling in for Tyler of TWS Remodeling.
Yeah, shout out Tyler. Guys, I just can't stop thinking about the 2022 Carolina Panthers when they had Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield in their quarterback room. And it seems like we're almost in that sort of same time loop here, where just less than 12 months ago, we had a roster. Granted, JJ was out for the year, but we had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. Look at those two guys now. They're both MVP candidates. And we're sitting here toying around with Carson Wentz, who has his moments, but every game under Carson Wentz kind of feels like the same, right? There's going to be some exciting plays. He'll make a throw here and there, but he's going to let the other team linger. He might throw a pick or two. We saw two of them on Sunday. I am so ready for J.J. McCarthy. I've been very high on him. I know there's a lot of undetermined and unknown when it comes to young J.J. McCarthy, but I just want to see him play. I want to be able to...
If this means the playoff chances are out the window, because he's going to have to learn. It's going to be clunky. There's going to be ups and downs, like we saw in the Bears game, where the first three quarters were like, oh my goodness, it looks like me at quarterback right now. And then all of a sudden, the light turned on, and he blew him out in that fourth quarter. But if you decide that we're swallowing all of this, the good and the bad, and there's probably going to be more bad than good, you're fine with that, and that the playoff chances, because you have veterans here. This is Harrison Smith's last kick at the can. You look at those linemen that they brought in, Hargrave, those guys, they're not spring chickens. They're not here for a 5-year window. It seemed like the way they approached free agency was the window's open for us. We upgrade both these lines. We won 13, 14 games last year. So all of a sudden, it's one more step and we're going to the Super Bowl. But now we're going like, well, we really got to teach this quarterback. So I hope you guys all are fine with this. And this is where we're going.
Well, I mean, they thought they could go out and pick up those kinds of people on the side because they thought they had the right quarterback.
I think that's what we have the right quarterback. See, that's what I'm thinking right now. That's kind of pulling back the curtain on this.
Yeah,
that they thought they had the right guy, that the kid was ready, and he was not. At least to this point.
I mean,
and I'm not ready to torpedo him because you've seen so many guys resurrect their careers somewhere else.
Yeah,
and this may be the same scenario.
You can't tell me that everything they've been
I could tell
saying
you.
about it. Oh, you probably could tell me. Yeah, go ahead and try. I'll tape you up into like pretzel. But what they've been doing is they've been harping about how good this kid was and how much of natural he is in the classroom and learning it, this system. So if you've learned it, then what's the deal? You got to put him in if you think he's the future sometime. And if you're telling me he's not better than Carson Wentz after all that you said in the offseason, and you let two guys walk out like Darnold and Jones saying those things, then he should be the guy for the job right now ahead of Carson Wentz. Carson's he's a good quarterback. He's not nearly what he was in the first couple of years. I don't know what the situation is there, but he still is a maverick, and he throws the ball where it shouldn't be at least once or twice a game. So regardless of that, JJ's supposed to be better than that. And they have said things that are very much, along those lines, even when Darnold was here and when Jones was here. So, in fact, it ran Daniel Jones off. Like, I'm never going to start here. They're talking about this kid only, and I'm going to back him up. So I want to start. And he is doing just that. He's starting somewhere. That's my take, is that it's time for the coaching staff to stop being so proud and so arrogant, which they have been. I won't say the whole staff, but I'm going to say Kevin. I mean, he's the one that's taking full credit for all this. And so if he wants it to work out, then he needs to whisper the hell out of that kid and get him playing well right now. Right now. I mean, are you telling me the ankle is that bad, or is it not that bad? 6 weeks for a high ankle sprain is far too early to come back from a high ankle sprain. It's an 8-week thing. It's like a broken ankle. And it's a recurring injury if you put him out there too early. So my thought is, put up or shut up. Stand by the words that you've been talking about all offseason long up till now, and prove yourself to us as a coach that you knew what you were talking about. Or eat your hat. Eat your own hat. Take it right off your head and eat it, like Johnny Michaels would say. Because he's not the kid. You don't want to be responsible for saying too much, because you were promising all of us that he was that kind of quarterback.
Right.
And now, not only is he not, but you need to say something about your bad take on what this guy was. To say he had bad feet coming out of Michigan, we can fix that. Now he's got a bad ankle, so now we have to work on bad feet that's got a bad ankle. What
We
else
need
do
to
you
bring
need?
in Fred Astaire here.
Yeah.
Get some footwork done.
And you know what? Excuses. In our room, they used to say that all excuses were good excuses, but none were accepted. Or Tony Dungy would say, excuses will always be there, opportunities won't. So I'm ready for the coach to take some of this now too, and get him out there and get his kid out there and see how well he can coach this kid into winning some games. And we'll find out how good both of them are at the same time, the coach and the kid. Let's see how we play when those two are working as hard as they can to win games, and keep him out on the field and hope he doesn't fall apart again. That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When you want to put together a project and not have it fall apart, you need a team as well. You need yourself, and then you need instruction. You need the proper equipment, and you have the team to back you, correct?
I've got a team. I've got a team with 4 different locker rooms. 4 different locker. It's a big team. It's got 4 different locker rooms in 4 different cities. Pelici's Ace Hardware. You could stop off in Zumbrota. You could stop off in Farmington or Rosemount or Egan, and you would be able to step into one of the great Pelici's Ace Hardware stores, because Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
Folks.
Yeah.
Oh, there. No, see, look, and I've been replaced by the voice.
See, wouldn't you know
Right.
it? I mean, just you're undermining.
Go ahead,
everybody.
do it again.
So
Do it
Ace is the
one more
place
time.
with the helpful hardware.
Folks. Love Ace.
Money. That's money. Love Ace.
I do. What? They got great grills. They got sod. They got all the tools you need. DeWalt.
Everything. Weber grills. DeWalt. They got the $30 discount on the 20-volt select DeWalt tools. They got $20 discounts on the 20-volt select Craftsman. Say that, fancy guy.
DeWalt, Craftsman, whatever you need, they've got it for
he
you.
doesn't have the special, though. He just-
Well, it's Mike's special. He's the special star.
Well, I'm a specialist. I'm a special teamer. the thing is that you can go to 4 different locations for this, find anything you want. The Pulici family has been in business for over 30 years now. So you can go in there and not make the usual mistake you would make without having help. If you're just smart enough to ask for help, which is challenging. But if you do, they'll get you on the right paint, the right grill, the Yeti cooler, the Scott's turf builder, you name it. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
Folks.
That's right. Pulici Ace Hardware. And that's how you do it.
All right, but okay, so you have 4 different locker rooms. You have to figure out a way to get to the locker room, because if you're not on time, you may be like Jordan Addison and be late for a walkthrough and miss a quarter of the game. So you certainly don't want car troubles to be late to get to your project.
You want something reliable. You definitely want to have something that you know is going to get from point A to point B, as long as you don't fall asleep. And so you would want to go to Dodge of Burnsville. And you'd want to find maybe a truck or a car, new or used, either way. They've got them both. And you'll be able to probably see a little of this on TV because we're doing new TV commercials tomorrow. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm doing 4 more new TV spots for Dodge of Burnsville. That's right. Because you know why? Because I'm also the king of Ram. I'm the superstar king of Ram. Whatever. Make up something. But they have everything I told you before in the past. Big lot full of used and new trucks and cars. And get down there because they'll take good care of you. Adam Saba, who I'll be doing the spots with tomorrow, his father, Mark, the sales department, best in the business. And you can drive out of there with a great trade and feel good about your payment or whatever you're driving home. Okay, so go do that. It's on 35W and Cliff Road. And you can stop up there. It's Dodge of Burnsville and tell them the superstar Mike Moore sent you.
All right. You've won me over on the Tush Push. I want to know, will you be including this in your camps this summer up in the Alexandria area?
Glad you brought that up.
Will you be taking some kid and laying him down on the field and everybody monkey pile on
Just
this
destroy
poor
this kid.
little kid?
Scrape him up and push him to the end zone. You know what? Kevin Tafe has a great football camp. He's a buddy of all of ours, all the old Vikings who take part in this clinic up north. On the Iron Range, Alexandria, the Morris University. We had 2 or 3 different locations over like a whole weekend that we hit. All different kids invited to each one of those clinics. And it turned out to be a really good thing. And then also the people that came with their kids from all over had a chance to stop off and get an autograph and buy some merchandise and have players like Jim McMahon or Tommy Kramer or Chuck Foreman, Scott Studwell. They were all up there signing autographs and being part of this clinic. So it turns out to be some really good fanfare up north where the people just don't get to the big camps that we have down here in the Twin Cities. And so all your Vikings, all the best old players are up there doing that thing. And I'm going to be in charge of the Tush Push and the Tush Push defense. And I might even throw in some long snapping. Okay? And then I'm telling you right now, get up there. Kevin's done a really great job of organizing this. We're going to do it again this summer, probably more than just one this time. So Kevin Tafe, I want to thank you for being a sponsor of the show.
All right. So we have decided that the Tush Push will remain. I've been outvoted.
But you said you also agree with.
What do I agree with?
You said before the spot. Did he not say that? Do we need to run it back? You said you've got me convinced that the Tush Push is legit.
No, I said
no.
I said all of you were going to train people in this.
Yeah, I think it becomes legit after you coach it, Mike.
Yes.
It has to be the superstars Tush
I had to
Push.
put my touch on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Your
I
specialist
thought I heard something different come out. That you convinced me that the Tush Push was.
No, because
we're all going to be able to hear this.
All my instances of Bud Grant, they throw those out. I want to see guys throwing in the air to block these field goals that are coming from 80 yards now. For God's sakes, they got the Sosa McGuire football out there, and it sails 6 miles. Let's just cork the kicker's leg, you know? I mean, this is terrible.
Cork the kicker's leg. I've never heard that one before, but only Bud Grant can come up with stuff like that. I mean, he literally had a guy. Now, here's another position. You don't just volunteer for.
We're killing the time. We're killing time.
Okay, but a ramp guy? Are you kidding? For Matt Blair to run in and jump on top of this guy's shoulder pads and jump up in the air? There had to be a guy that would just be willing to let Matt Blair.
That's when it made kicks exciting because you're going to do what's going to get rejected. Now they're automatic. You just, as soon as they score a touchdown, you don't even wait for the extra point. You just go to the fridge.
It's good.
It's over. It's just part of the commercial.
Well, this show is over too.
Yeah, it is. All right. We'll be back with more. Bob Sansevere joins us on the other side. You're listening to the JimBob Sports Jamboree presented by TWS Remodeling.